cool project.
I'm doing a wholesale order for Niall Horan.
It's basically a teaser, like a little Easter egg that's referencing the album cover.
Basically, I've been asked by his music label to make 200 mugs in a week. Anyone else would have said you can't do that, that is impossible, that is crazy. I'm up for a challenge and I think I can get it done. Basically, I need to make them a test mug. I've been sent an example of what they want and I've actually never made something even remotely similar to that design. So this is out of my comfort zone. However, I feel like when you do ceramics for a while, you kind of see a mug and you can kind of know how you're gonna replicate it. I'm gonna go to the pottery shop, pick out some supplies that I need and make them a little tester. I've got mostly what I need. I've just had someone help me out, try and find something that looks like the picture that the company has referenced. I'm gonna make like 3 to 5 samples, I think. We've just come back from the pottery supplies shop and I've got a big selection of some glazes to try. I have never used powdered stains and I also picked up some iron oxide. So yeah, I've got some new interesting things to try out. So I'm actually on my own this weekend. I was meant to go to Whitby, but yeah, unfortunately because this order's come up, it means I need to stay home and work on it. I have 60 mugs left to make tonight. I've already made 90 today. I just found out the other day that the mugs are for a influencer gifting event for Niall Horan's new album. I mean, that's just so exciting. If you would have told 14-year-old me that I would be making mugs for an event for Niall Horan. And I almost said no because that is crazy. Who can make 200 mugs in under a week? Anyway, so I made 200 mugs in under a week. I've just thrown all of the mugs on the wheel yesterday. My hands are all bruised and scabbed because of how long I spent on the wheel. I think I must have been throwing the mugs for at least 12 hours, if not longer. Having a little Earl Grey with 2 sugars to try and wake me up a little bit.
or anything. Take it or leave it.
Good morning. I did not last the whole night yesterday. I was gonna do an all-nighter and around 3:30 I just started falling asleep at my desk. I went to bed at 3:30 yesterday and I had left about 50 mugs to do this morning. It's currently 7 in the morning. I've just walked Linda and I'm gonna put the rest of the 50 handles on. The only thing that I'm concerned about at the minute is some of the mugs are drying a little bit too fast and it's making the handles crack a little bit. However, at this stage it's still fixable, like you can smooth it over and it's fine. But because we really don't have that much time to allow for drying, I'm having to like have all the windows open and have the heaters on to kind of create that draft of air and humidity and heat so they dry faster. It's doing more harm than good. I've closed the windows, I've turned the heater off and I'm just gonna let them dry naturally. I'm gonna see if I can find out a kiln firing program that lets me put them in the kiln at maybe like 200 degrees for a couple hours and then they'll be bone dry, because at the minute they're still really wet. So this is a piece I made earlier and as you can tell that is bone dry. It's warm to touch and it feels a little bit lighter as well, and also the colour is a lot lighter too. So we need them all to look like this before they go in the kiln, and they need to go in the kiln today. Now I'm going to put on a candle firing, and I've actually never done one before, so I am a little bit worried. Okay, I think the oven technique and the candling is working. I will be able to bisque fire tonight because that already looks so much better than before. So this is one that hasn't had anything done to it. I'm just really glad because I was getting really stressed that I wouldn't be able to fire it today. So I've just opened the kiln and we've had 2 casualties. That has completely fallen off and the bottom of that one has slightly crumbled, and this is only the first shelf. And I know exactly why this happened. It's because they didn't have long enough to dry. Fingers crossed, because I only made 10 spares. We've had 8 breakages and I would say that's pretty good from 100 mugs. That's less than 10%. So tonight we're going to be glazing all of these and my boyfriend's going to help me. I think we'll be able to get it done tonight and tomorrow morning. It's the final day before we have to pack everything and I have woken up with tonsillitis. So I'm feeling really quite awful and so ill. But obviously it's not ideal because all I want to do is sleep. We have 150 mugs to paint, but thankfully I have some help, so it's not too bad, and painting is probably the most fun part of the process. quick update on how everything is going. Been to the pharmacy and got some antibiotics for my tonsillitis, and literally after the first dose already feeling so much better. I don't know what it is. I used to be such a big hypochondriac, and then I've kind of just completely gone the opposite way. So now I just leave things way too late if something is actually really wrong. In reality, it's better to just get it sorted and you'll feel way better. I felt awful, and having to work like 16-hour days was pretty brutal. It's just my character though, like I will just push and push myself until I just become ill, because I was getting like 3 to 4 hours sleep a night. If you don't rest, your body will force you to rest. So I've had my boyfriend helping me to paint everything, and we only have around 45 mugs left. They're just back there, so finishing them tonight. We have around 100 in the kiln right now, and I'm so nervous to see what they're going to turn out like. Excited to finally finish and get them all sent out and see everyone's reactions to their lovely little mugs. I'm going to finish off painting the rest of those, and then we're packing tonight. I'm really nervous because it's time to open the kiln and see how around 70 of the mugs turned out. This was after we had an error reading on the controller. I think that was quite honestly one of the most stressful things ever, because that was our last day to fire anything. Oh my gosh, they look so cute. I love it. The colours turned out so good. They're so vibrant and glossy. I love it. Okay, I was literally halfway through unloading the top, and I can already see why it said error 1. One of my elements has literally fallen out of the little divot in the wall, and yeah, I think it's definitely time to replace the elements. So after I unload this, I am buying some new ones. However, this is such an old kiln, so I am a little bit skeptical about whether or not I can find any. Just hope that I don't have to buy a whole new kiln, because I didn't factor that in. I'm gonna keep unloading, and then we're gonna be packing today. My mum and grandma are coming around to help, because there's no way we can pack 150 parcels by ourselves in a day. Broken kiln, tonsillitis, probably a combined 3 hours sleep for the whole week, and it's done. So we did have everything packed yesterday, but we've just had to open all the parcels back up again because they sent us some cards to put in. So we're just opening them all back up and putting a little card inside.